if you yawn in public, you're supposed to cover your mouth. Like if you don't, it's really offensive. That was one that I remember. There's just obviously there's certain French phrases that, like as an American, when you translate it to French, like you'll translate it directly, it doesn't work. And so that's one thing that, so I guess that's one thing that I did, as I want to make sure I was saying stuff right. Okay, for example, like one that was rude that I would say, especially when they say a blue missionary, like when you're being trained. So you can say je sais in French, and it means I know. And there's je sais, which is I try. So je sais. And so people would say to me, oh, like you speak French really, really well. And I would say, oh, je sais. Like trying to say I try, but it would come off as I know. And they'd be like, okay, American over here. But yeah, some other stuff. Oh yeah, like your hands, when you eat, you're supposed to keep them both on the table. And you have a fork in one hand and a knife in the other, you're supposed to use both. Put your hands under the table, it's super rude. Like I've had members, I knew from the beginning, my trainer had a pretty bad experience with it, and so he would always be like, keep your hands on the table. But I had companions where they put their hands under and they're like, elder, hands up, you know. Sorry, in the States, you can say to someone like, hey, how's it going? Like you don't know. It's totally fine. But in France, if you say to them like in French, hey, how are you? If you don't know the person, they're like, why? Why do you want to know? Why is that your business, you know? But you can say like bonjour, like you can be like, oh hey. But if you ask them specifically how are you, it's really weird for them. So don't do that. Like if you're like bonjour, comment ça va? It's weird. So in the west of France, there's a place called Bretagne, and everybody knows what crepes are, right? In Bretagne, they make these things called galettes. It's a different flour they use to make crepes, and it's more like a dinner crepe than a dessert crepe or sugary crepe. In Bretagne, if you call a galette a crepe, people will get offended. They're like, it's not a crepe, it's a galette.